iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about a couple of things. I'm going to get to some news and notes, and then I'm going to talk you through the right strategy in a shallow draft, okay? So firstly, Carson Wentz, I don't think he's playing week one. I was watching ESPN. There's some articles here. You can say whatever you want. I don't think that he is playing week one. I want to budget Carson Wentz for like week 3 or week 4. I think if you do that, you're safe. Don't assume week 1 and you'll be better off. All right, next. There was a report that the Lions are using Golladay over Golden Tate and 2 wide sets, blah, blah, blah. I'm not buying into it. Golladay is a great player and you might see him in the red zone because he's such a huge target, but Golden Tate drives that team. Jim Bob Cooter knows that. All right, Golladay is going to be a great player. And if Tate or Marvin Jones should get injured, bam, I'm loving Golladay. But right now, he's the third guy. I'm not getting caught up in these reports. He's used over Tate. Don't worry about it. I'm still taking Golden Tate. Still drafting Golden Tate. All right, Josh Allen working with the first team on Monday for the Bills. I think he's going to be the starting quarterback there. I do. Peterman is not going to be the quarterback, and McCarron is injured. Peyton Barber. So here's something that's very interesting. We look at Ronald Jones II and we're like, this guy's got talent. They took him early in the draft. They really like him. But sometimes these guys come in and they can't block or they can't catch passes out of the backfield. You can't bring in a guy who can't pass protect or your quarterback gets killed. So here's the choices. You're a dirt cutter. I can play Ronald Jones and maybe get Jameis Winston killed, or I can play Peyton Barber. I'm playing Peyton Barber. Unless Ronald Jones is a second coming of Todd Gurley, he's not worth it. I can't. It's why Tariq Cohen didn't play a lot last year, because John Fox was afraid of Mitchell Trubisky getting killed. So watch those battles carefully. You know, a guy has to be able to defend himself and defend his quarterback. If he doesn't, it's a mess. All right. Now I want to talk to you about shallow league drafting. Okay? Shallow league drafting. And I would think that this is for leagues where it's about 14 to 16-man rosters. Now, high-stakes leagues, a deep league, I'll call a 20-man roster, 20-man or above. So what I'm giving you here is 14 to 16. Now, listen. This is the Dr. Roto draft. You're going to take one quarterback. One. Assuming this is a 10 or 12 team league. You're going to take one tight end. One. You are going to take one kicker and one defense. That is 4. Now, the other 10 spots, I want 5 running backs and 5 wide receivers. That's your team. But Dr. Roto, what about another quarterback? You'll pick one up on the waiver wire. Because it's such a shallow league, there's always 2 or 3 guys out there. And the truth be told, if your guy gets injured, you're in trouble. Go pick up his backup. But I usually pick up one quarterback in these leagues. There's always a guy that I can find. Now, here's the key. One of my 5 running backs or 5 receivers is probably not going to be great. At some point during the season, I remember this vividly. Was it last year in 2 years ago in the SiriusXM host league? I had Ben Roethlisberger. I then picked up Blake Bortles as my second quarterback in the year he was good. Then also last year, I picked up Deshaun Watson as my second quarterback. Week 3 or week 4. So I will cut one of those running backs or wide receivers for a second quarterback probably in the first 2 or 3 weeks if somebody leaves somebody in the waiver wire. But at the draft, I only need one quarterback, one tight end, one kicker, one defense. That is preferred. Now, when do I take these guys? This is what I would like. This is an imperfect world we live in. I'm saying if all things work out perfectly, what do I want to have happen? In rounds 1 through 8, I want to take 4 running backs and 4 receivers. That's what I want to do. I want to build like I'm building bricks, a foundation on a house, brick by brick by brick by brick by brick by little bit, boop. And at the end of round 8, ideally, I have 4 running backs and 4 receivers. I'd be very happy if that happened. In a perfect world, round 9, I'm taking my quarterback, and round 10, I'm taking my tight end. So at the end of 10 rounds, I have 4, 4, 1, and 1. Then maybe, just maybe, I might take a defense in round 11. Maybe. I'm taking the kicker in round 14 for sure. And then in rounds 12 and 13, I probably would take the defense in 11. And then 12 and 13, I'll take the 5th running back and the 5th receiver. Probably what I'm going to do. And I would only take the defense, only if I thought I was going to get a top 5. The Vikings, the Texans, the Eagles, the Rams, the Jaguars. But some idiot in your league is going to take the Jaguars in round 8. And he's going to be like, I got the best defense. You're an idiot. Seriously, terrible move. Now, that's my ideal draft. However, I feel like I'm watching Beat Shazam. However, if you find that the quarterback is going off the board earlier in your league, and the key is this, if by round 9, some idiots in your league are now taking their second quarterback, you need to take your first quarterback before somebody takes their second. Okay? So in a perfect world, I want to wait till round 9. But if I can't, I'll go a little earlier, round 7 or 8, because I don't need some idiot taking 2 quarterbacks when I don't have any. Okay? But as long as I know I can get a Garoppolo, or as long as I can get a Goff, as long as I can get a Phillip Rivers, as long as I can get a Stafford, as long as I can do something like that, I'm good. I'm good. Okay? So that's how I want to draft in shallow leagues. So let's go over this again. You have a league of about 14 roster spots. I want 5 running backs, 5 receivers, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 1 kicker, 1 defense. Now, kicker and defense, why don't I care? Because I'm going to do what's called stream. Meaning, this week I'm going to use the Saints defense. The next week I'm going to use the Browns defense. Then I'm going to try to pick up the Colts defense. I'm just going to replace defenses until I either get a really good one, because somebody makes a drop, somebody drops somebody, or until I find one that starts to click. But more often than not, I'm just streaming them each week. Same thing with a kicker. If I don't get Greg Zuerlein or Harrison Butker or something like that, I'll take one guy this week, one guy next week, one guy this week, and I'll just keep streaming them. They're not important. They're fungible. One in, one out. Don't care. Don't care. That's the way you have to approach it. Now, with your running backs and receivers, I want your first 3 running backs and receivers to be stars. Top of the line. Best you can find. Ideally, I only want you taking 1 upside running back and 1 upside receiver. In a shallow league, I can't take too many chances. If I do, I probably will lose. Don't be taking 3 and 4 high-risk players. Can't do it. I can do it in a 20-man roster, but not in a 14-man roster. So, I just wouldn't have a team with Royce Freeman, Ronald Jones, Kerryon Johnson. I can't do that. It's too much risk. It's too much risk. I can have one guy, maybe one guy at each position. So maybe I get, I don't know, Ronald Jones II and Calvin Ridley as, my fourth running back and my fourth receiver. But I can't do more than that because then I'm left with guys who don't play or who aren't playing at a high level. So please, I beg you, just take one guy at risky guy at running back and receiver, not two or three. You take too many, you're going to go, oh, this is a great team. Yeah, in 2020. Not good enough to win now. Don't go for the kids yet. One kid here, one kid there, not too many at the same time. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If you have questions about your draft strategy, please hit me up on the premium message board forums at scoutfantasysports.com. Okay? Scoutfantasysports.com. Me, Rona, Sean Childs, giving you the info that you need. ScoutDFS.com. You want to win in DFS? Use our optimizer. It's awesome. Our podcasts. Fuego Steve just won $40K at the FanDuel live final for baseball. Exciting stuff, right? It's a great time to be part of the Scout Army, and we're glad you're part of it. Okay? But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. I don't want to forget, playffwc.com. That's playffwc.com. Sign up for one of our drafts. Best Ball Online Championship, the main event, whatever it is. We offer the best payouts in the business, greatest competition, wonderful customer service, nothing you won't like. All right, it is Roto approved, my friends. All right, this is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!